As we now head down to the grid, though, as we go to 5 red lights for the race. And the lights are off, and away we go. No safety car start like we had yesterday in Division 2. TECHUBI did seem to get off the line pretty well. TONIO is going to try and fight this, though, into turn 1. We'll have to settle behind. Jace, Noe, and Tano there, trying to make it side by side, going through turn 1. A spin there for Matthew, I do believe, in the background as he spins out of turn 1. As we now go into turn 3, you can see there everyone relatively trying to get through there cleanly. Tixie there is going to try a look around the outside of the Aston Martin, just able, or is just is able to get in front. The Aston Martin can't really do anything to fight it back, and Tixie is looking pretty quick, immediately trying to gain on Tano. As we look further back, Reese as well in P7, probably just trying to stand his ground. Sleek there as well into P8 on those medium tyres. He's going to be looking to make some moves pretty quickly as well, as we do see Jay Snowy getting very close to Tonio. And will there be a move being made into turn 9? They're going to try side by side, and Tonio just has to stay in front there, though. But Tonio gets a little bit out of shape going into turn 10. Let's see if Jay Snowy is going to be able to improve on this. Is he going to be able to go for the move? And I think Tonio covers it off quite nicely. I believe in the background there, Sleek has been able to get a move on Reese, I do believe. Tixie there going around the outside of Tano. So Tano probably not getting the best of exits. And Jay Snowy as well improving into P2 as well, being able to get the move down the inside of Tonio into turn 3. Jay Snowy into P2. And Tano has been able to re-overtake Tixie, but they're going to go side by side into turn 4. And is it going to be the Haas? Is it going to be the Williams? Sleek holds it around the inside, and Sleek is able to improve into P5. That could have been pretty bad for both of their races. But Mighty King, gets spin there, and he doesn't hit the barrier. I don't know if he just had a snap there, if he touched the exit, or if he was just tapped by his teammates. But Mighty King now has to rejoin in P19, not what he would have wanted, as he was looking for a pretty good race finishing position there. But Jay Snowy there is going to try and make a move on the McLaren. Down the inside he goes into turn 3. And I tell you what, that was a pretty good move from the Haas. And he now leads the race on those medium tyres. But obviously, don't forget, he is on the mediums. TECHUBI on the hards. TECHUBI trying to make a move down the inside of turn 4 to reclaim that P1 spot, but isn't able to at the moment. But his tyres will just get better. And side by side there is Pow and Tixie into turn 4. There's a little bit of contact there, and Tixie is able to hold the position. Supply there down the inside of the Aston Martin to try and pick up the scraps from that contact. But Pow just able to hold the inside for turn 6 and will hold position. Tonio might start to try and find a bit of pace where that Haas can't. But that Haas is going to try and make a move on the McLaren going into turn 3. Side by side, and I think there was a little bit of wheel banging between the two. Coming out of turn 3, and they're going to be side by side down the straight. TECHUBI, though, just able to hold the position. But as we go into turn 4, is Jason going to try anything? No, he's going to tuck behind to get the slipstream of the McLaren. Still no moves being made. I know, just trying to really park the bus. Another bit of lag there.
There's an incident between a Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. I think it's with a Ferrari and an AlphaTauri as the Alpine of Banjo goes wide there. As Jay Snowy does get the move done now on the McLaren into turn 3. Jay Snowy now back in the lead. Tonio, though, might try and pick up an overtake on the McLaren, as the McLaren had to go deep into turn 3. But he isn't able to. As Tixie and Sleek going to go side by side into turn 4. And is it going to be the Williams? Is it going to be the Haas? The Williams down the inside for turn 5. And he's just going to get in front of the Haas. Tixie now makes a move into P5. Is anyone pulling to the inside? No, they're not. So they are going to try and stay out. Maybe try and tactically work together a little bit to try and hold up this Haas. Maybe try and bring Tonio back into this a little bit. But as Jay Snowy is going to try and make the move on one of the AlphaTauris, isn't able to. The AlphaTauri actually, as you just saw that, turning off the ERS, as there is a bit of contact. But Jay Snowy found the space and he is going to go down the inside, may even try and make a move on the Ferrari as well, but Tonio comes out of nowhere, snatches all three of them, and down the inside of turn 3, Jay Snowy and Tonio making contact, Jay Snowy being able to stay in front, but Tonio reclaims P2 down the inside of the Haas into turn 4, and that was some great racing, a bit of argy-bargy, but that's racing, and close racing provides some great action. Tonio into P2.
The Ferrari of supplier up there. He went into the back of the Haas into turn 5, which has lost him a lot of positions. TECHUBI's got on past him because of it as well.
Yeah.
And the AlphaTauri, and now he's under pressure from the Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's going to be an easy move. Oh, there's a massive contact there.
Martin's in the wall.
He tapped the wall, but he didn't.
Talking about it.
Yeah, it's looking very overcast, and I don't know if it's just my screen, but I'm seeing a few drops. As Tonio there retakes the lead of the race.
People just managing that ERS. You've got Tonio on 62 ERS, so he's managing it well. TECHUBI's on 36. As TECHUBI's going to look for the move down the inside on Tonio into turn 3. TECHUBI retakes the lead of the race. Jay Snowy on 49 battery as well, trying to recharge that battery. As Tonio, I believe, is going to try and fight the position back for TECHUBI. Down the inside goes Tonio. Tonio takes the lead again. This is great battling between the two drivers at the front, as Tonio is back in the lead.
TECHUBI has to stay behind, but with the slipstream and with how close he is, he might try and make another move on Tonio going into turn 3. And he is going to pull to the inside, and he is going to go side by side. And into turn 3, he's going to get past. Is Tonio going to try the switch back and try and get him back into turn 4? And I think he is going to. Wasn't able to complete the switchback, but he is still going to be able to gain with that DRS. And down the inside he goes, and it's going to be a repeat. However, he isn't able to clear him before the corner, as they're going to go side by side. Tonio pushing TECHUBI off. Jay Snowy makes the move on that as well. Wizzy Boy as well has been able to get past TECHUBI. TECHUBI now in P4 because of that, so maybe he might be reporting that for a little bit of a push to pass there. Sleek not able to make that move though, but maybe into the next lap or so, he might be able to get the move, as we see TECHUBI going down the inside of Wizzy Boy into turn 9. What a move from the McLaren, as he wants to try and make up that deficit. Next driver he has on his radar is Jay Snowy, and I think it's going to be made pretty early on into either turn 3 or turn 4, as the clouds are getting even more cloudier, as we might see a bit more rain. Yeah, I think that was out of turn 8. And now as you go down the straight, Jay Snowy might even try and make the move on Tonio into turn 3. And, TECHUBI taps to the back of Tonio. And that's probably a little bit of revenge from the two rivals there. TECHUBI still able to hold the P2 spot, though. No, actually, no, TECHUBI did get the overtake there.
He's back, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a bit of revenge, isn't it? You can see Jay Snowy trying to defend, but TECHUBI down the inside he goes into turn 3, clears him pretty much before the breaking point, and I think Tonio has gone down the inside of the Haas as well, as both of those two are going to go side by side. Jay Snowy holds the position, and with that DRS, he might just be able to protect himself from Tonio, and I thought he was going to go to the inside, though, to maybe try and make a move, but doesn't. Tonio still behind, though, as we now see the sun coming back out at the Red Bull Ring. As Tano, there's a bit of
round.
Sleek and Tano, I believe that was.
Ferrari and the Haas, just as we were speaking on it. Yeah. Anyway, looking back up at this,
I think Tano might have had a slight snap there, as TECHUBI, as you say, does get past Jay Snowy, but Tixie going to try one around the outside. And it's going to be side by side between the two. Tano holds it around the inside. Tixie still on the outside trying to battle this as they go side by side down into turn 4. And who's going to be the better of this? Who is going to be the latest on the brakes? Tano is able to stay as Tixie tries one down the inside of turn 4. And it's Argy Bargy. He gets the position, but Tano has probably been pushed off track there by the Williams and is demoted down into P8. As Tonio, I think, is actually disconnected. So Tonio is going to lose the place to Alec as well. Tonio is going to be falling down the order with his disconnection. TECHUBI is going to be able to stay in P1 going into turn 4. Jay Snowy really doesn't have any overtakes to try, or any opportunities to retake P1, and it's going to look to be a TECHUBI win here at the Red Bull Ring around Austria as he goes through turn 7 and 8. And he is just going to try and burn just to try and protect himself going into turn 9. And into turn 9 he comes now through turn 10, trying to not get any last-minute invalidations or anything like that. TECHUBI will come home to win the Austrian Grand Prix. Jay Snowy will take P2 just behind. Fantastic battle these top two have presented us today. Wizzy Boy will then take the final place on the podium. Alec will then finish in P4. Neb will finish in P5 with Tonio's unfortunate disconnect will make him finish in P6. Sleek there finishes in P7 with Tixie in P8. Cam P9, Tano P10. Reese will finish in P11 with Zalagi in P12. Supply Raptor will round off P13, obviously reserving for Raven. White Josh will finish in P14 with Remote Banjo rounding off the points in P15. Choke then will take P16 with a broken front wing, and it will then be Mighty King and Pal rounding off the race when they get to the line. They won't change anything as they both have 6 seconds worth of penalties.
I mean, Tano's penalties dropped him down to P10.
Oh, as there is a last minute.
Really disappointed about that.
Oh, as there was a little bit of contact there between the Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri as they go across the line, but the positions still remain unchanged.